Welcome back to another episode of Plants by Jasmine. I'm Jasmine, and today we're here for another plant shop tour. We're here at Tigerlily Goods. Before we get into the video, I want to introduce Tigerlily Goods. In the heart of the Highlands in Denver, you can find Neicy in her cozy little shop right off 38th Street. I found Tigerlily Goods during a plant shop search on Instagram, and I'm so glad that I did. Neicy comes with tons of plant knowledge and a passion for community building, which you can see all over her Instagram. She's a bubbly, warm human with a great sense of humor, and I hope that you enjoy this tour as much as we did. Thanks for watching. If you're new here, this is my plant journey. I'm going from a plant mom to a plant collector, and today we're here for another plant shop tour. We're here at Tigerlily Goods, and we're gonna go see what they got. Let's go. So today we're here with Neicy. This is her plant shop in Sunnyside.
Yeah, Sunnyside, Berkeley.
Yeah. And Tigerlily Goods. How'd you come up with the name?
My grandpa used to call me Tiger Lily when I was a kid. And when I first opened, I was going to do like a general store kind of, like I wanted to bring back like the old style, like Ace Hardware and stuff. So I was like looking up a name and was going to do Tigerlily Goods and Services. And I saw goods and I was like, that's it.
Perfect.
There you go. Yeah.
That's great. I saw like on your website that you're really big about like the 1950s type vibe. What draws you towards that?
I just love like mid-century design, and kind of like the Hawaiian mid-century vibe really speaks to me. I love like the dark teak woods and the tropicals and, finished clothing, just everything about it really.
What got you into plants, and how long have you been in plants?
I've been into plants almost my whole life. My mom was really into plants, and I worked at a local floral shop, and I just saw how much waste there was in the floral industry. It was absurd. Just before it even gets to the consumer, there's so much waste, and then it's this little bouquet that's like, $150, and you throw it away 4 days later. So I was like, there's got to be a greener way to gift. So that's my tagline.
I like that. Yeah. It's all about sustainability, and you get to grow with something. So that's really
definitely neat. So I structured my business when I first opened like floral delivery, but with plants, and it's still a big part of what I do.
So did you see like an explosion of like gifting and things like that, or business in general after 2020?
Yes. Business just skyrocketed with plants during COVID. It was wild. And I was next door in a shop that was much smaller before I moved over here about 3.5 years ago. So I actually shut down my store before it was mandated, because it just felt very socially irresponsible to have so many people in a store. So I just did window shopping, and people would come and look through the window, and I'd pot something for them, and they put their credit card through the slot, and then it just turned into delivery. So people really wanted to be surrounded by plants during that time, and the background of their Zoom calls and stuff. They wanted to be really vibrant. And it just kind of took off from there. People realized how valuable plants are to have around you, and how wonderful they are to have in your home, and all the benefits. So,
There's a lot of benefit on like the mental health, just even like just touching soil. I don't know if you've researched any about that, but it's super interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can you tour us around a little bit?
Yeah. So this is kind of the desert. This is succulents, cacti, fun magnets. Kind of just like the pokey side of things is over here. A lot of like the vintage elements are just scattered throughout the store. I carry a lot of items from local makers. I love showcasing local makers and giving them a place to peddle their wares, because it's really hard to get out there. So I like to give them space, and I do a lot of like vendors markets outside on the sidewalk for first time, people who just started their business and they don't know how to get out there, and then I fall in love with them. I'm like, we'll sell your stuff in the store. So it's full of all their stuff. Almost everything here, like all the brands I carry, came from somebody who popped up at a market at one point. So
super neat. I know like something that's difficult is like having a small business when rent continues to rise and everything like that. What has your experience been with that kind of situation?
I've honestly been really lucky. My landlords are really cool, and I'm just in this old school Denver building that kind of reminds me of, I had a shop in the 90s that was kind of like a resale clothing kind of store. And it reminds me of one of those places, where the landlord's just like, as long as you're cool and you pay your rent, you can do whatever you want. So
yeah, that's nice. That's good.
But of course, like rising costs and labor costs and everything that takes a toll on business. So You know, it's just part of running a business, but it's totally worth it.
Like how to price plants, because you purchase them from nurseries, I would assume, at a price point, wholesale point, and then how do you know how to rank it from there?
I mean, there's a general markup that most people use just in retail. It's like, you know, and that's kind of based on, you know, perceived value. Or I like to keep plants really affordable too. They really skyrocketed during COVID, and just plants in general have gone up, but I try to keep it as low as I possibly can. And, you know, like the old school North Denver people that come shop in here, I don't want to be a bougie Highlands shop. You know?
Yeah, this area, I mean, I would assume like in the past few years, the Highland area has exploded.
Yeah.
What has been your experience with that?
Oh yeah, it's wild. It's totally changed, but I love it. You know, change is inevitable, and it also brings, it's a melting pot, so the more the merrier. And I don't really believe in competition. I just, you know, believe that there's enough to go around, so if we all support each other, then we'll all be successful.
So you are 7th or 9th generation? Seven.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've seen a ton of change.
Yes.
What has been the most like impactful change you've seen?
Oh gosh, that's a really good question. I mean, despite the building I'm in, it would be the rent. Yeah. I mean, I've just seen so many of my friends struggle with boutiques or salons or restaurants, and you know, it's impossible to keep going and have employees and all the taxes and, you know, just everything. There's so much. So that's probably the hugest impact, I would think. And, you know, the new builds, they have to charge a certain rate. There's, you know, there's no way around that. So again, I'm lucky to be in this old building.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's keep going, I guess.
So this is kind of just where the rest of the plants live.
This thing is so cool.
Oh yeah, isn't that amazing? Corkscrew rush.
Corkscrew rush.
What
Is
would
it
you
like say your favorite plant is?
Monstera.
Oh, tell me why.
They're so easy. They're just incredibly easy. I have some over here in the corner. This big guy, but they're so easy. I don't use any grow lights in here, and it's very far away from a window, and it does amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can practically ignore them. They're really easy to propagate. They just grow like crazy. You can put them in almost any type of light besides direct light, and they'll just flourish.
Do you have a particular monstera that you like? Because I know there's like the Thai constellation and everything else, or are you like just the regular old?
Yep, I just like regular old monsteras, just the split leaf philodendron. I love them.
They're easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forget.
Oh, awesome. Well, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do
very
like
cool.
monsteras too.
Yeah.
I have a few, and I think it's about to get out of hand. He's been like, you need to slow down.
Yeah, I had one here that sold last week, and it was totally out of hand. It was taking over. You couldn't even get to the vintage, and you couldn't get to the pots really. And someone bought it last week, so I was like, like sad to see it go. But
What's the oldest plant you have, like in shop or at home?
probably my monstera. She is probably 13 years old. Her name's Mabel. Yeah, she's given me many babies.
I love that. Do you ever sell the babies?
I don't really. I use them as gifts. Yeah, I give them to people for gifts, and you know, every once in a while, maybe if I have a really big one that's like, they're fun to give away. 'Cause, I mean, they're free. Yeah,
It's easy.
yeah, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like, they're free to me.
No, this is great. So this is all vintage, you said.
Yes. Yeah, for the most part.
How do you like get your hands on that kind of stuff?
I love estate sales. Love estate sales. And I shop auctions too, but I like getting my hands on things. And when I first opened, I really, you know, based on the sustainability thing, I really wanted everything in here to be unique. And so I was like, I'm never going to shop wholesale. I'm never going to get wholesale pots, but they sold really quickly. I was like, well, I guess I have to.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. But I mean, I try really hard still. And, you know, I leave early in the morning so I can hit up estate sales on my way in on the weekends and try to get unique things so that it's not cookie cutter.
Yes, I've never been to an estate sale, and it sounds like I really do need to go for sure.
You do need to go. Yeah, and speaking of mid-century, you can find so many amazing pieces, and I'll like, you know, I live in Applewood, and there's a lot of mid-century homes there, so like walking into a time capsule.
Wow, sounds amazing.
Yeah.
We actually just went to Boston to meet some of his family, and it's just so like just rich with history there. It's insane. Have you ever been?
Yes. Yeah, I like the architecture a lot.
Oh my gosh. Do you think you'll stay in Colorado?
Oh yes. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah.
That's fair. We're from Arkansas, so we're transplants, but
cool. Yeah, I love it. And of course, like, you know, when I was younger, I thought the grass was greener everywhere else, so I went to go see, and I lived in a lot of different places, but Colorado's the best, so.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're blessed to be here for sure. Have you ever done like, because there are a ton of plant shops here in Denver.
Yeah.
And in this area, there are quite a few as well. Have you ever done like a meetup with the other like plant shop owners just to like dish on like their experiences, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, nothing official. It's really funny because we all have the same hours, so we meet at the greenhouse.
I love that.
Yeah, when we're waiting for the trucks to come in, we'll sit there and prop up on the table and just chat and you know, catch up. And so, and we always talk about doing like a happy hour or something, but you know, we're all so busy, and I'm a one-woman show, so I'm constantly running, and so that's the place to catch up, is the greenhouse, I guess.
Yeah, hey, that's a great place to be.
Yeah.
How do you manage, you know, being the only one, right?
Yeah.
Having a plant shop and then also trying to jug social media, because it's a whole tool that can impact your business greatly.
Yeah, I mean, I think I genuinely really love people, so I think it comes really naturally for me to just communicate with them, and I like sharing the stories of the people who shop here. I think that's really important, and I share, you know, plant tips and all the things that you would think a plant shop would share, but it's really about the people, and that's honestly why I opened this shop in the first place. When I worked at that floral shop, it was just around the corner from my house, and everyone that came in the door, I thought, "Are you my neighbor?" And I was like, "Hi, where do you live?" You know, and I was just wanted to be a part of the community in that way. And there's really nothing like it because you're stationed here and everybody comes to you, and I just wanted to be really nice to people. I worked for people that weren't, and you know, they really didn't appreciate their customers. And it's like, even if somebody comes in here and spends 1 penny on something I chose to put out there that's a piece of me, then I'm really grateful for that. So I wanted to have a place where I could just be cool to people.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. I love that. That's super nice. I did see, like, just scrolling your Instagram of just photos of people. What has been the like most impactful story that you've gained from someone else? I'm using impactful a lot,
yeah.
but it's just really
I didn't notice. Gosh, I don't know if I could just pick just one. I mean, there's so many beautiful people that come in here. I don't get bad customers. Like, horrible people don't like plants, thank God. Not in my experience anyway. But I mean, during COVID, there was this beautiful mom and her daughter, and her daughter is hearing impaired, and they would come in all the time, and so I learned to sign a little bit so I could communicate with her, and you know, she'd come in and I was like, "Oh, friend," and she's like, "Oh," you know, and that was really sweet. So I'm watching her grow up now, and it's been 7 years later, you know, and she brings her in, and now she's like going into high school, and yeah, so that's just really cool stories like that.
Yeah, that community, that's awesome.
Yeah, and she'll always remember me that I was the plant lady, and I was kind to her and wanted to be able to communicate with her when so many people might shy away from her because they're embarrassed that they can't communicate or something. But
it's a language barrier. It can be stressful and scary, but that's really, really cool.
You know, it says on my website that I would like to do deliveries, you know, like 2 days out or whatever, but give me a call, and if I can squeeze it in today, then I will. So I did. Yeah, right. I was like, if I can go to the shop and get it and then take it to them before I open, then
Oh, so you deliver?
Yeah.
Wow.
You do it all.
Yeah, I do.
The delivery, manning the shop, the social media. Are there any other, like the buying from the nurseries, anything else that I'm not?
Oh, I do house calls. I sell plants at Lever's Locavore, which is a really cool grocery store that's about 4 blocks up.
Okay.
I've been there since they opened 6 years ago. Yeah, so I sell plants there. I have a couple salons where I furnish the plants and then care for those. So I'm all over the place.
That's when Neicy, thank you so much for letting us come and tour your plant shop and let us learn a little bit more about you. Do you have any last thoughts or lasting words for everybody out there on PBJ?
I guess just maybe don't overthink it. I like to specialize in easy to care for houseplants and feel like anybody can grow a plant and everyone should be able to afford a plant. So like I said, I try to make them affordable, but they can be a little bit intimidating for some people, and they're so easy. Like literally their only job is to live. That's all they want to do. They live to live. So they want to. And yeah, with just a few, it just takes practice. It's just trial and error. So I used to have a brown thumb actually when I first got into plants, and I killed everything. But you know, it just takes practice. And if there's something that you're really into, like, you know, calatheas can be really hard for some people, but they're the easiest thing in the world for me now. So yeah, practice.
Takes time, practice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yes, we appreciate you, and we will be back for sure. So thanks.
Yay.